How many laps is it? 45.
Yep. Alright, hi everybody. Started the stream a little early, so you got to see my actual NR. Anyways, hi. Welcome to race number 2 of MCS Season 7. Well, this is the Mobile 1 Truck Series, but this begins the second week of the year. Obviously, there were the 2 preseason weeks of the Duels and the Clash. Now we're at Las Vegas for the second points paying week. Shall we go through our qualifying order?
Yeah.
So 31 trucks here. In last place we have Jackson Young. Had a really good charge at the end of the Daytona race to put together a good finish. Doesn't look like it's going to start as positive here in Las Vegas, but 45 laps to get up to the front. We'll see what he can do. Edward Washington, Todd Petty, Dick Cummings, Jamar McDowell, Benny Rice, Reed Jacobson, Alfredo Sanders, Noah Reed, Kirk McDonald, Byron Parker, Blake Newton, Casey Hampton, Damon Middleton, Daryl Norris, Eddie Goodwin, Carl Hill, Ricky Rogers, Juan Marino Jr., Terrence Garza, Daytona 500 champion, by the way. You'll be running the Vegas Cup race later on. Dakota Kiger, Owen Parsons, Earl Bell. I believe we're inside our top 10. That is row 5. Row 4, Denver Hurtado, Harry Larson. Row 3, Rich Fish, Justin Ross. Row 2, Will, Carl Scott. A Cup Series regular and a former Cup Series regular. And then on the front row, we have Andy Mendez, the Daytona winner, and Levi Soto, who had a very, very bad start to the season. Didn't do very hot at Daytona. Yeah. But we'll see if they can turn that around. So yeah, I don't know how much notable stuff there is to say, so we're gonna get going in Las Vegas for 45 laps. We're expecting 1 pit stop potentially. First time the trucks would hit pit road, because obviously there wasn't pit stops during the Daytona race. Levi Soto will lead us to green. Andy Mendez obviously on the outside pole. And then next week, we have another triple header between all 3 series. They will be heading to Phoenix. That'll be a fun race.
Yeah, Phoenix is always fun, no matter the series.
Yeah. Even though we've only actually had 2 race weekends there in MCS history. Both of them coming last year during Season 6. That spring race was amazing in the Menards Cup Series.
Yeah.
So Levi Soto will lead us to green from Las Vegas. Green flag in the Pennzoil 70 in Las Vegas.
Soto already clears after a good restart. And I get no 1.
Carl Scott works the bottom in the 69. Gets underneath him. Going to have a shot at the lead in turn 3. Bottom line, the more dominant line for the most part. Harry Larson had to back out on the bottom. Justin Ross going to push that 69. Not going to go with the Toyota teammate. Soto back
Carl
to...
Scott clears into the race lead.
Yeah, Soto files in second. Ross there in third. Harry Larson in fourth. Will working up to fifth. Underneath Andy Mendez, our points leader.
Good qualifying effort, but not the greatest start there for the 60 car.
Yeah, that
As he's
outside.
already lost multiple spots.
95
3
bottom of
wide.
gray wide here. Earl Bell on the outside. Kiger works the bottom. Gonna work inside the top 10. In that Red Bull Ford.
As this will be a big test for Soto here.
Yeah, can you outrun a winner in the
Series
Cup
winner.
Series? Drops the bottom. Works the inside. Doesn't quite have it.
Stays with him nonetheless.
Here's a move. Will to the bottom. That's for third.
As now Soto is kind of sandwiched between two drivers who have won in the Cup Series. And Mendez working his way back up, trying to get back into the top 4 here.
Yeah, great start to the season so far.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see a sponsor on that truck in the coming weeks. If he continues to race like he has been. 2 Locust cars here.
Rich Fish.
Running with each other, Rich Fish and Carl Hill.
Soto back to the bumper.
Close racing here at the front. Levi Soto peeking under.
Has the
69
gap,
moves
but
up
got
a little.
loose.
Here
Will
comes Will. Capitalizes.
Yeah, Levi Soto just a little bit loose. Coming on the exit, trying to make that move.
It's going to give Will that second place spot.
Not clear yet. Has it now. Will to second.
And that kind of gives a lot of separation now from first and second. And it kind of lets the third, fourth, and fifth place cars catch up to Soto.
Yeah, that was a really bad 1 and 2 from Levi, trying to stay to the outside of Will, keep it a fight, and actually ended up hurting themselves.
Now we got 2 Cup winners battling here for the lead. See what Will decides to do.
This is what I was talking about at Daytona, how Will, honestly a really good driver, has Cup experience, gonna be a threat for this championship this year as he works the bottom. This is gonna bring in Levi Soto. Big run as they get side by side down the front straightaway. Ooh, backed out of it.
Ooh, Will kind of backs out of it. That gives Levi Soto a run on the outside, trying to get second back.
Might be able to do it.
Big run on the outside.
Yeah, a little bit of draft.
Carl Scott defending on 2 cars now. And this battle's kind of letting the rest of the cars reel them in. Carl Hill moves up to P4.
Mendez getting shuffled back here. Fighting for his life to keep 5th, but likely gonna have to settle for 6th out of turn 2. Run back. It's gonna be Will back to the inside for Levi Soto.
Soto on the outside, I think it's going to clear on exit.
Yeah.
Great racing so far.
Yeah. Let's take a little look a little deeper in the field, see if there's anything really happening. There's this big gap between Earl Bell and Juan Marino Jr. Yeah, that's between the top. That's between 10th and 11th. That big gap. Oh,
Levi
well.
Soto and Will still battling
Yeah.
for that second place spot. And if you're Carl Scott, you love to see that.
Yeah. You want as big of a gap as possible because we will likely have pit stops during this race. And that's where the rest of this race kind of comes down to. It's going to be that pit strategy. How well can you execute on pit road and how well can you execute the strategy?
I personally think Will and Levi Soto are both faster than Carl Scott. They're just spending too much time battling each other.
Yeah. There you go. Will finally has a shot to take back second here. It's going to take a little bit of a lunge into one, though. I've seen trucks get really loose on that bottom.
Oh, Soto slides up.
Did that again. And look at Carl Hill. He just drove all the way up with little resistance from anyone. He's going to have a shot at this race, I think. Ford, Chevy, Toyota, top three. All manufacturers have representation inside the top three. Here we go. Will to the bottom. Got a great run out of turn two. Gonna drive it down. Doesn't quite have it. Carl Scott so quick on that top side.
Might get a push from the 95. As Carl Hill's going to start to try and capitalize on this.
Yeah. Ooh, watch. Soto wanted to go 3 wide. Not enough room to do it. One thing I will note here. I feel like maybe Carl Scott gave up a little bit of, like, single car speed to have that defense to be able to run up top.
Yeah.
Because he's been one of the only trucks that's been able to just keep everyone behind. He's been impossible to pass. He slipped up. Will. Gonna have a great drive. That could be the lead. First time Will has had the lead.
Even. Going into 3.
Not gonna happen, I don't think.
As that 93 is just too good on the outside, but Will still going to have a chance here to capitalize. Still even going into 1.
69,
Oh,
not
the
93.
69 slides up. Will clear into the race lead, and the 69 is probably going to fall back to 3rd or even 4th.
Yeah, he's got company. Carl Hill. Working the bottom.
Look at Andy Mendez now. He's almost into this.
These trucks really racy up at the front here. Soto gonna have a shot at Scott here. Washed it up.
Carl Scott slides up the track again. As Will and 95 start to kind of pull away here.
And that's where all that experience comes in. Will has been fighting all day and gets the lead off of it.
And this is setting up what seems to be like a possible great season here in the Truck Series.
Yeah, looks like lap traffic in the views of the leaders. It's Benny Rice, the 7 truck. What I will say is there's quite a few CMSR cars in this pack.
Yeah.
Top 5 kind of equidistant here. A few truck lengths in between each one.
Yeah, now it seems the cars are in the order, I feel like, of who's faster because no one's really making up time or losing time now.
I mean, that last lap, Carl Scott was the quickest, followed by Levi Soto. Not by a whole lot, but had about 2/10 on second and just about a tenth on Will. So when do these guys pit? We're halfway through the race. Pit window is absolutely wide open. And what do you do for the pit stops? Do you take 2 tires? Do you take that gamble? We'll see.
Lap traffic is here, but Will's just going to go right around the first car.
Yeah.
As does Carl Hill.
Yeah, no, there's not a whole lot of lap traffic. Benny Rice really off the pace today.
It's like Brady Cooper out there.
I mean, we'll see how he does in the Dex imaging race later today.
Yeah.
He'll be racing there. I believe he's starting around in the mid-pack. Maybe in the 20s. Doesn't seem like a great starting spot, but it's a pretty stacked field. Tons of talent. Look at Dakota Kiger here. Working rich fish on the bottom. Up to
Justin Ross? Is that his name? The 6th car?
Yeah.
Has really fallen off a cliff, it feels. He was up there with the front pack, and now he's nowhere near them.
Andy Mendez kind of dropped off. Carl Hill's going to give a challenge to Will here. And keep in mind, this could accordion affect the field again. Bring in everybody. Coming to 20 laps to go here in Las Vegas. This has been a very clean and I'd say good race so far.
Hey, remember when Kevin Harvick won at Las Vegas?
Kevin Harvick won at Las Vegas? I am not a racist.
Coop turned me at Las Vegas.
Uh-oh.
That's elite ball knowledge.
That is elite ball knowledge. Dick Cummings. Hello? We just phased. Okay. I don't have questions.
Must have been a TV glitch. Yep. We didn't see that. Only the TV did.
Yup. I'm actually staring at the TV. Hill trying to find a way to at least make a move here, but just can't get the rotation and momentum to kind of have an opportunity to make a move. It's kind of sitting there. Kind of force a mistake, and this is starting to bring in Carl Scott. He's been slowly closing in on this group.
Intrigued to see when they'll pit, because that could decide this race depending on who has the best strategy.
Yeah. I'd say right now it's really about these top 4, maybe Mendez as well.
Yeah. And I believe, I don't know where all the other drivers finished, but I believe after this race where Mendez is, he would still be the points leader. But I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I think so too. Because Levi, really bad Daytona race. Carl Scott not competing for points. Carl Hill, I don't know where he finished. And Will Wilden had a great race.
What points? Are we using Winston or are we using...
It's Winston.
Okay. As Kiger has passed both of these guys and just kind of separated herself.
Having a really, really good race so far. I mean, I know she's not with the top group, but here's lap traffic. And like actual lap traffic this time.
This could be a possible opportunity for a pass as they're taking up both lanes as we speak.
I mean, these guys are so quick, they might be able to make a third line. Outside left wide open.
They get stuck behind them for a little bit, but it's not going to hurt them too much.
Hurt Will
As yeah,
Will.
these top two have really separated themselves from the rest of the
Oh,
field.
pit stops. Here we
Oh,
go.
Will. One of the or the first leader at least down pit road along with Levi Soto. Mendez stays out.
I
Carl
don't know.
Scott comes down.
I don't know what happened to Carl Scott there. He was. Oh, he pitted the lap before, and then he's coming back. Oh no, he had an issue. Tire down on the 69 from, I believe,
It's going
third.
to virtually end his day.
I mean, I don't know. Because of the way that the drag position is, he might be able to cycle out inside the top 10, and if there's a good caution, could help him. So Will.
We'll see who gets out
Soto,
first.
Carl
Off these
Hill's
leaders.
in.
Carl Hill comes down now.
Mendez in. So
Mendez
top
has,
5. I'd say.
Tiger, I think, still yet to pit.
Yeah.
Will gets out first. Levi Soto second.
Unless we miss. Nope.
Will gets out there. Not Carl. Carl Scott.
So Will, your projected race leader as of right now. Kirk McDonald, the leader of the race, could come down pit road. Good gap on Levi Soto there. I see Mendez low. Here's Carl Hill. Race off a pit road. Will into frame.
Looks like it's going to be pretty close.
This is for the
See how
lead.
fast Carl Hill can get up to speed.
I think Carl Hill may
I
have
think
it
Carl
here.
Hill's gonna. Yeah, Carl Hill beats him, maybe. Oh no, Will does have a lot of momentum. It's gonna be close.
Carl Hill
We're
gonna
probably gonna
hold
see a
on.
battle.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a battle. Down to the bottom.
Will going low.
Oh, maybe force him into a mistake there. Got underneath.
Side by side, Will big momentum.
Keep
Gonna
him
be
up.
about half a car length, heading into 3.
Yeah. Keep in mind, Will's tire's a little bit warmer than Carl Hill's. Gonna be able to get that passed on. That's huge. Damon Middleton gonna be in the way. That's a lap truck. Carl Hill back to the bottom and gonna use Middleton as a pick. Perfect pass. Textbook from Carl Hill.
Will goes low, right back behind Carl Hill. Kind of gets
Doesn't
loose
have it.
there.
Back to the lead, Carl Hill.
10 to go.
I mean, like I said, 69. Still in P5. He had just such a big gap. He will hold on to likely a good finish. Not like it matters. Once again, he is here for a win. Denver Hurtado having a long race. Yeah, tire down on him too. I figured he wasn't this far back before. Oh, Will back for the lead.
Will.
To the inside. Does he have a chance at the lead? Under 10 laps to go. Has the move. Barely has the lead. Drives it off into 3. They're still side by side. Neither can clear. Watch Levi Soto. Levi Soto coming into this battle. These guys are slowing each other up a lot. It's just down to these top 3. Will back to the lead, and Carl Hill missed the turn.
And that's going to give Levi Soto a chance for second, but if I were them, I wouldn't really try and battle right now. I'd just try and stay uniform and run down the leader.
Nope. Soto
But Soto
disagrees.
thinks he can pass Carl Hill fast enough.
And not even going to be able to make the pass. At all.
Because that's going to allow Will to kind of pull away a bit.
Now keep in mind, it's been hard to get distance and keep it, and especially because there's lap traffic here. Byron Parker, Earl Bell, Eddie Goodwin they might reach. We'll see. They head down the Las Vegas super stretch. down towards 3. Coming to
As
6
now
to go.
Soto and Hill kind of staying uniform.
Yeah, I think Hill actually got a little bit of a push there from Levi Soto. Had a huge run and gonna close in that gap big time in turn 3.
As they know that they're both Toyotas.
Yeah. Toyota teammates, not team teammates, but Will just looks way better in 1 and 2. So much smoother, just a little bit lower.
Watch out for that lap traffic coming up here.
Earl Bell gonna be in the way in the Halvoline Toyota.
Maybe could try and help the other Toyotas. We'll see.
I mean, keep in mind that Halvoline actually doesn't technically have Toyota support. Just simply Honda isn't in the truck series, so they aren't in here. Nearly contact there. Got a little sketchy out of turn 2. Coming to 4 to go. Soto down to the bottom. On the bumper of Hill. Goes to the inside. For second place. Will anyone have it for Will? This is
Could go. This is really helping Will.
Yeah, that's a big move.
Someone's gonna have to give if they want to catch him.
Down into 3. Just not enough.
But then again, as we know, positions now matter a lot more because no playoffs. So every point matters. Will coming up on lap traffic, but I feel they're too far back now.
But then again, there's a graffiti teammate for Levi Soto. Could that play a role? Yeah, Goodwin can't get down. Can't really hold them up without being dirty. Carl Hill put a giant gap there on Soto, but it's all too late. 2 laps remain in Las Vegas. Will drives up underneath Byron Parker. Now has to get Parsons. And then is scot-free to the checkered flag in terms of lap traffic. Not a good 3 and 4 though. Stuck on the bottom. There's enough trucks and enough gap between them. I think he should be fine. White flag, Will. Looking for his first win in MCS in a long time. Not going to be a Cup Series win. But a win nonetheless. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Benny Rice likely won't be a factor. Will win. Las Vegas is his. He's going to win the Pennzoil 70. And pick up his
second race after being demoted all the way to the truck series. He wins it, proving why he should be back in Cup, maybe.
Andy
Carl
Mendez.
Hill comes home second. Levi Soto comes home third. Andy Mendez comes home fourth. 2 great performances from him, and I think he will keep the points lead, but we will have to check.
Yeah. So we will see you next week and next race. Daryl Norris had a DNF. I didn't even notice. That happened right
Yo,
at the
currently out of the 4 races we've ran, RBMS has won 3 of them in all series.
The only one they didn't win was Mendez.
Yeah.
Anyways, we will see you next week in the truck series for Phoenix, and we will see you later today for the Dex Imaging race. That was Las Vegas. And have a good day.